Hi, I'm Lauri Armstrong, and I've been in the health and wellness industry for over 20 years. This video is designed to try and help answer some questions for you about becoming a demo consultant. The EZZI-LIFT has been getting amazing, exciting results, and it's also a wonderful opportunity and rewarding opportunity to help other people. And I hope that by the time you finish watching this video, you see it as that as well.
I came to Avazzia through a commercial on EZZI-LIFT, and EZZI-LIFT is great. It's a great product. It helps us ladies with and the gentlemen too with the lifting, because it tones from the inside out. And I think that's a big deal, because we have so many surface type. We have, as girls, we buy creams and we buy all kinds of devices that do this and do that. But this, the Avazzia product, what it does is it tones from within and builds muscle, and it's accumulative. And so the more you use it, the better you're going to look, and the more results are going to show.
After each demonstration that you do, you should clean the electrodes on your device, and I want to show you real quick how to do that. You can use one of these little alcohol swabs that come pre-packaged, or you can just use rubbing alcohol and cotton ball if that's what you've got. But you're going to want to take that, and on your electrode, you're going to want to wipe all the way across it and kind of on the edges to get any kind of oils and or makeup that's on there. You want to remove that. Sometimes right on the very edge, it's a very smooth surface, but sometimes you might see, if you use this on somebody that had makeup, just a tiny bit of makeup residue there, so you might want to use like the edge of your fingernail and kind of get in there a little bit deeper. Then on the blue electrode, same kind of thing. You're just going to want to wipe around the edge of the electrode. The electrode stands up just a little bit higher than the actual blue portion, so that makes it easy to clean around the edges on that one. And the pencil electrode as well has a very small tip, and you're just going to want to use the swab on the very tip and get that cleaned real good. And that's it. We start by turning the device on. When I turn it on, the first mode that comes up is face stimulate. I'll show that to her. And also the electrode is located on the back. That's where the microcurrent is going to come through. In face stimulate mode, in any of the stimulate modes, we are going to be referring to cycles. And as you can see, there is a little light that turns on when you turn on face stimulate. And when the light is on, there is current actually coming through the electrode. And then the light will rotate off, and then it will come back on again, and that's considered one cycle. So when I place that on her, she will actually be able to feel what I see. So the first point that we're going to start with is above the brow. I'm going to place the device with the electrode against her skin firmly, but don't push too hard, but not too light-handed either, because you don't want it to jump. And then we're going to use the plus button and increase the intensity until she feels it. So tell me when you feel that.
There.
Okay. So is that comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to stay in this location for 3 to 5 cycles, which is the same as 3 to 5 blinks of this light. You can go longer than 3 to 5, but I wouldn't go any less than 3, so that you get the result that you're looking for. While we're in this first position, I always like to tell my person receiving the demo that what the benefits are that are happening right now is that the current is stimulating the nervous system to tell your body to create more collagen. Also, we've got the lymph system being activated to help drain the lymph out, and we're hitting several different acupressure points as we go through all the different points on the face for this demo. So that's 5 cycles right there. The next point that we're going to hit is where the hairline and the forehead meet. So you want to move it up and keep your electrode against the skin. We're going to go again 3 to 5 blinks. Does that still feel okay?
Yes.
Good. Very good. All right, the next point is going to be above the brow, about midway through the brow. Place your electrode on that point. 3 to 5 blinks again. And you'll also notice as you start doing this a little bit that sometimes the position of the electrode against the skin makes a difference as to what your person receiving the demo actually feels. Sometimes if you can tilt the device up or down or side will change the amount of contact that the electrode has to the skin. And so kind of check in with your individual and see what feels best. This is coming up on 5 cycles right there, so that's good. So next point we're going to go to is again where the hairline and the forehead meet, kind of off and above over the temple. These are different meridian points that through the face that you'll find that there are some health benefits associated with each of the points on the face. Now we're going to come to the outer portion of the brow and place the device there. Does that still feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So the next point that we're going to go to is below the eye, kind of directly below the eye and beside the nostril. So 3 to 5 cycles here. And one thing that people ask me all the time, should they have clean skin? Is it okay if we have makeup on? Is there any other product that we need or a lotion that needs to be placed on the skin before we do the demo? And the answer to that question is no, there is not a specific product. Just clean, dry skin is what's preferred. You can use it with makeup on your skin first. And the only reason that I prefer to not use that is because there's more cleaning work to get it out of the electrodes afterwards, but even that is very easy, so it's really not a problem. Do you see her eye twitching? It's activating the muscle. So 3 to 5 there. Then we're going to move over here just kind of below the temple in front of the ear. Actually, I'm going to put her this way. When you're placing the electrode on the skin, you always want the electrode to be covering as much surface area on the skin as possible. So everybody's face has got a different amount of curve or flatness to it. So when you're placing the electrode on your skin, just try and turn your device so that the electrode is in the most contact with the skin as possible. Another thing that you'll notice is in places on the face where the skin is thinner, meaning that there's less tissue between the skin and the bone, is going to be an area that's more sensitive. And in parts of the face where there's more tissue, like a cheek, your client might say, I don't feel that as much there. And that's simply because when there's more tissue, the signal is not as easily felt because the nerve endings there's a little bit more tissue between the surface and the nerve endings. So you can, push your intensity button up just a little bit for that. Now we're going to come down right here, and I usually place it on the same angle as your smile line. So now we're going to come out. And this point, you might want to turn your head just a little bit so we can see. This point is kind of on the outer edge of the jaw. That's fine. Very good. Okay, now I'm going to go to the next point that's going to be on her chin, just kind of below this side of her mouth. And on an area like this, sometimes you need to adjust the intensity as well, because there are more nerve endings around your lips. Is that still a comfortable intensity for you? Mm-hmm. Okay. This client's very easy. Sometimes you have people that are a little more sensitive, and that's okay. Next, I would go beneath her jaw, 3 to 5 cycles here. This point is just basically on the underside of the jawbone, kind of right below where we were just a moment ago. And then on the neck, the EZZI-LIFT does great things for the neck. So we want to stay kind of where the muscle is and not on the artery or the bone. So if we want to go right here, we can start just on the right, kind of just beside the bone that goes down through the center of the neck, right here. And you might need to adjust the intensity for this location as well. Is that okay for you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good, and the next point we're going to jump to is on the large muscle, sternocleidomastoid over here, just below her earlobe. The earlobe, kind of right below it here, is you want to stay on the muscle. The carotid artery runs here, so let's try and stay off that one. So we'll go 3 to 5 cycles here. Very good. Okay, last one, or second to last one here. We're going to come back to the center. Very good. And now back out to the large muscle, and it's just at the base of the neck. So just above the base on that large muscle. So while it's in the stimulate mode, it is activating the lymph system to drain, which is great because that's helping eliminate toxins from your body and it gets carried out as waste. When you're receiving an EZZI-LIFT session, be sure to drink a lot of water afterwards, before and after, because that helps with the lymph draining and eliminating the waste through out your body. Drinking a lot of water is important in general. So. On the EZZI-LIFT, there are 2 modes, stimulate mode and smooth mode. So there's a face stimulate and smooth and an eye stimulate and smooth. We just completed face stimulate. That's the one that's got the cycles that you're going to want to hold it on there for about 5 cycles per point. Now we're going to move to the face smooth mode. And the way that you move the mode on the EZZI-LIFT is there's a button that says mode. You push it one time. You see the light turn on next to face smooth. What you want to do before you place the electrode back on the face is make sure that you bring the power and the intensity all the way back down. And you'll be able to see that it's all the way back down because there's no light flashing on the power lights. The device is still on, but the intensity out the electrode is not there. So in the smooth mode, place the electrode on her skin with full contact, then start adjusting the intensity and ask her when she feels it.
Now.
Okay, so she feels it there. In the smooth mode, we don't have to hold it in one point at all. In fact, we're going to smooth it. So we're going to start where we were for the original points and smooth up and out. How many times do we smooth in each location? It kind of varies. In areas where I see a little bit more wrinkle or a line that we'd like to smooth, I sometimes spend a little bit more time there. But I would say anywhere from 5 to 10 smooths per area. Pass it over that area 5 to 10 times. Then you can begin to move to the second point that we originally started with. In this mode, we are relaxing the muscle, which is going to help it lay down a little bit more straight and flat, which helps smooth things out. So just keep going up and out. Then you want to go to the point that we started with, which was under the eye. Keep contact with the skin. Try not to pull on it too hard, but you definitely want to maintain contact. We're going to smooth up and out on this one as well. Then we're going to go where we were on the smile line, as you recall, and we're going to go up and out towards the ear. Does the intensity still feel okay in the different point on your face?
Yes.
Okay, good. Next is below the chin, and we're going to smooth out this way. So I'm to the point now where I've smoothed out by her chin, but now I want to get right under here in the jawline. And as you can see, my flat electrode can do it, especially if I turn it this way. But the EZZI-LIFT has another accessory that helps make this a little bit easier area to reach. It's a little more user-friendly, and it's called the blue electrode. This is the blue electrode. It's got 2 electrodes on the bottom, and it is flexible. So it helps get around those curves nicely. In your kit, you'll find that you get a lead wire that has 2 plug-ins that will go right on this blue electrode. So it does not matter where red or black go, but they plug in right here into this blue electrode. And then the end of it just plugs into the side port on the device. And stick your middle finger through, and then your index finger and your ring finger can control the amount of bend that you have on your electrode, which is awesome. Now, whenever you use another attachment, you're going to want to bring your power back down because you're not sure how these electrodes are going to translate the microcurrent intensity. So bring it back down, and then we can start over. So I've already brought the power back down for her. I'm going to place the electrodes, let's see, I'm going to place them right here and then increase the intensity, and then she can tell me when she feels that. I can hear it. Is that good?
That's good.
Okay, right there. All right, so now I can use this, and it really helps kind of conform to those areas that have a little more curve. Okay, so I'm finished with the blue electrode. Just going to pop that out. So now I'm going to get ready to start working on her eyes. So to switch to the eye stimulate mode, again, that's one of the 2 modes that the EZZI-LIFT has, is stimulate and smooth. We're going to go to eye stimulate right here. We're going to push the mode button 1 time, and you'll see that light up. Before you place it back on your client's face, make sure that you put the power all the way down because there are lots of nerves around the eye. So we don't know how much intensity each person, each individual is going to have. So I'm going to show you how to use the actual device around the eye. Then I'm going to show you how to use the pencil around the eye. So we're going to place the electrode. I find that it's easier if I hold it kind of upside down to hit above. We're going to just try and hit right beneath the brow bone for the eye, so you might want to close your eye. Okay, so I'm going to place it there, and then I'm going to push the intensity, and then she can tell me when she feels that. Is that okay?
Keep going.
So we're back in that stimulate mode, 3 to 5 cycles. You can do a few more than 5 if you'd like, but I wouldn't do any fewer. So the electrode on the back is about as wide as the brow bone above someone's eye. When you're using just the electrode on the device, you can kind of do this in 1 application or 2. When you're using the pencil, I'll show you that we can separate that out into a few different points. Okay, that was 5, and now I'm going to do kind of just further outline, turn your head to the side. We're going to come to the outer edge of the brow bone. I tried to start with the electrode across here, and now I'm going to bring the electrode across here. Very good. Okay. Now, under the eye, I'm going to have you just lift your head slightly, and you can kind of look up just a bit, and you're going to place the electrode just below her eye, kind of on the top part of the bone that is below the eye. Because there's so many nerve endings around the eye, you might find yourself needing to adjust the intensity just from above the eye, the brow bone, versus the area below the eye. So stay in good contact with your client. Let her tell you what she's feeling. Good, and now I'm going to move above the cheekbone, out to the side of her eye. Good. And now I'm going to move it to the smooth mode because with this larger electrode, I hit all the areas of the eye already. So we're going to use the mode button to push to smooth. And smooth is the mode that you're going to want to keep moving the electrode in. So we're going to bring the power back down. We want to make sure that our client's comfortable. Okay, so now with the power back down and it's placed against her skin, I'm going to increase the intensity and ask her to tell me when she feels it.
There.
Okay. I'm gonna back it up just a notch. Okay, and now I'm going to do the smoothing. I'm going to start moving to the other points that are around the outer edge of her eye. And then I'm going to move to below her eye and come up and out. One of the accessories that the EZZI-LIFT has is a pencil. Let me show that to you. This is the pencil electrode, and it's wonderful for getting in and around the eye, and I'm going to show you how to get it started. Okay. The pencil electrode by itself has a plug-in on the end that you use the straight end of the lead wire, and it snaps in. Then the other end goes very easily into the side of the EZZI-LIFT, right here, till it pops. Then we're going to want to put it on eye stimulate, and you'll find that mode just by continuing to press the mode button. And when you see eye stimulate come on with the blue light, there it is. You're ready to go. Make sure that you bring your power all the way back down again, because each electrode is going to deliver the current a little bit differently. Okay, so the pencil electrode. I usually start on the innermost point on the eye. So I'm going to place it there. And you let me know when you feel it.
There.
Okay. So since we're on a stimulate mode for eye, guess how many cycles we're going to do? 3 to 5, a few more if you'd like. Using the pencil electrode, you can really kind of hit some more specific areas in and around the eye. And if you're familiar with some different meridian points on the face, then you can use the pencil electrode to actually hit specific points on the face for other health benefits. So I keep trying to touch the electrode to the brow bone, the bone that's just right up the top of the eye below the eyebrow. Now I'm going to move a little further out. All right, now I'm going to go to the outermost point on her brow. It's kind of on the outer edge of her eyebrow. Okay, then I usually go back and kind of get an inner, turn your head just a little bit that way, kind of right on the innermost part right here. Okay, good. All right, turn your head back straight. Now, for beneath the eye, we're going to start an inner point just beside the nose, below the eye. Sometimes you'll see people's tear ducts respond, and you might get a little tear for the stimulation of the muscle around that area. Does that intensity still feel okay for you?
It feels great.
Okay, very good. Very good. Now we're going to come to kind of the center below her eye. And I'm kind of right on that, right above that bone that's below your eye, above your eye socket. Very good. Okay. Outer portion of her eye. Just kind of following along the bone of the eye socket below the eye. Very good. Okay, so we've hit all the points of the eye in the stimulate mode, and so now we're going to switch to eye smooth using the pencil. So switching to the mode, push the mode button one time and you'll see the light light up next to eye smooth. So now we're going to smooth the area around the eye. Is that intensity okay?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the smoothing mode, is when I try and find any kind of little fine wrinkle that I might see and try and smooth it out. So on the eyelid and the brow bone, I go up and out. And just like before, when I was saying how many times do you smooth it, I would say anywhere between 5 and 10. And then I'm going to go to the inner portion of her eye. All right, and when I go below her eye, I don't necessarily go up and out. I try and make the wrinkles, any of the fine lines that I might see, I try and lay them flat. I don't want to tug on the skin too hard either. At that point, when you're finished with the eye, you can actually go back around the mouth with your pencil electrode. You can leave it on face or eye smooth if you'd like to, because it's a little bit more appropriate for some of the mini nerve endings around here, or you can go to face smooth and you can go back and hit some of the areas that you see your client might appreciate a little more work on. When smoothing or doing the stimulation around the upper part of the lip, be sure to stay away from directly beneath the septum. The septum is where the point right between your nostrils and above your lip. So always stimulate the muscle beside that and across this way, and then when you're smoothing, same thing applies. Smooth up and out, so each side rather than directly in the center. Okay, so let's look at our results. I can see a lift in her eyebrow, a lift in her cheek, and I see some smoothing across her cheek as well. The average treatment usually takes about 30 minutes a side, but you can always do a spot treatment if you just want to work on forehead or you just want to work on eyes, you've got a special little event you're going to and you don't have that much time. Feel free to pick an area and do the stimulate followed by the smooth mode on just that. So you don't have to spend a full hour if that doesn't work for you on this particular week. Speaking of that, treatments is recommended that you do it every 7 to 10 days. As you can see, the EZZI-LIFT gets great results. And I want to invite you to be part of the Avazzia team because we are seeing amazing results and we're helping many people look younger naturally.